Okay. What's up, y'all? Don't know how I'm going to start this video. Well, fuck it. I'm already talking. I'm sure you can read by the title of the video. I'm just gonna talk about my journey so far. I have not worked a job, an actual 9 to 5, in about 2 years now. The last job I actually worked was FedEx, and I pray for everybody that works there because FedEx is such a horrible place. And I don't know, I guess maybe the point of this video, I'm finna just sit here and talk about what's this 2 years been like and maybe give a little bit of story. I don't want this video to be too long. When I was a junior, when I was a freshman in college, I had no job going into college. And of course, I was stressing, you know, I was freaking out. And then I ended up working at FedEx because my father, my lovely, lovely father, shout out to my dad though, all love. He's been working at FedEx for over 20 years. And thankfully for me, I guess, me and him have the same name. And so FedEx hired me off the rip because they knew that I was his son. And I worked at FedEx for almost a year, I'd say, because I got hired in October and I quit in August of the next year. So I worked at FedEx with my friend. Shout out to him because, you know, I'm talking to him because he probably gonna watch this video. I worked at FedEx with him. And then eventually I ended up leaving FedEx because, you know, I got booed up, okay?
Oh
Okay,
God,
I got
hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I got in my feelings. I was dating this girl and she got fired and I quit. Stupid, I know, but the thing was I wasn't happy with FedEx anyway when I was working there. I was not happy at all. I told myself when I left FedEx that FedEx would be my last 9 to 5. And overall, my experience at FedEx was horrible. The managers, most of them are horrible people. The co-workers are mostly miserable, middle-aged to old people, and sassy people my age. And like overall, it was just a bad time. And I was so happy that I quit because FedEx was not the move.
Everything is gonna be alright.
However, of course, when I quit FedEx, I was scared. I was horrified because I didn't know where my money was gonna go. I didn't know how I was going to make money. I didn't know how I was going to survive. I didn't know what to do. Eventually, I think after FedEx, yeah, that's when I started doing a thing at school called a work study. And if you go to college, you know what a work study is. If you don't go to college, basically what work study is, I want to say a job, but it's not a job. It's like you're basically getting paid to like do shit at school. And so I did that for the rest of my college run, all the way until I graduated from college. And now here I am. It's been basically 2 years since I've worked at a 9 to 5, and I don't regret it. I feel better, to say the least. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what's life like for you on the other side, but I'm here to say don't be afraid to take risks because like I said, I have not worked a job, an actual full-time job in 2 years, and like honestly, I've been fine. I've been able to pay bills on time. Of course, there's been a little bit of struggling throughout the months of like money not coming in.
Spare change, ma'am.
And I was able to pay bills. I was able to pay memberships. I was able to do a lot of stuff, even though I haven't worked the actual job. Some of you probably asking, okay, well, how did you get the money? And I mean, of course, I sold my clothes. For those of you that know me, I have a brand, Ataria, that I sell my clothes. Be sure to hit me up to shop. And then if I didn't do that, I was DoorDashing. And a lot of people may say, okay, DoorDash is technically a job. It is, but it ain't. Because I can choose when I want to DoorDash and when I don't want to DoorDash. I can DoorDash today. I can DoorDash next week. I can DoorDash for 3 hours. I can DoorDash for 3 minutes. Like my fault, that's my microphone. I can do whatever the hell I want with the DoorDash. I learned a lot about money too. I learned a lot about what it means to make money and how to handle money, how to be more closer to money. Because one thing about these paychecks and these jobs is that when you working at these places, they're trying to manipulate you into a cycle of where you're broke until you get your check, and then you spend that check on whatever you needed to buy or what you want to buy. Now you're broke again, and then you go back to work. it's like that cycle. And of course, you probably saying like, oh, I know. But it's like, a lot of people don't try to fight that. Like, they don't try to fight that cycle. Like, they just sit here and accept it and say, oh, I got bills to pay. And like, they scared to take a risk. And whether it was because of my ex, whether it was just because of my ignorance, I took a risk, and I still to this day do not regret the risk that I took. I feel like that risk is really what helped me, because granted, I don't post on YouTube consistently. I don't make money off of YouTube yet. At the time of this video, I don't make money yet, but I know I will. And I know that I am going to get in the groove of posting consistently. I just don't want to burn myself out. But it's like, this YouTube channel itself is such a big risk for me, and yet I'm still proceeding with what I'm doing, because I know that for a fact that eventually this channel, this face, this brand is going to be bigger than what it is now. And maybe that's just me speaking with delusion, but I'll gladly be delusional, honestly. I don't think I'm a 9-to-5 nigga. I'm not. I know I'm special, I know I'm unique, and I know I don't need to be clocking in nowhere and having people tell me I need to go do this and go do that. And this video is getting kind of long. I want this to be a long ass video because it really shouldn't be. It's really just talking about, like I said, my 2 years without working. And I'm not gonna sit here and feed you the lies. I can talk about the negatives too. It's a lot of mental struggle that come with not having a job. And it was just like, there was so much of that I have to think out the box mentality on how I can earn money. Like when DoorDash running slow, what you gonna do to make that extra $25 that you need to make, or that extra 50 or 100? And it was just like, there was a lot of days where I really was down bad on myself and like being hard on me, because it's like, I was like, man, I should have never quit FedEx. I should have stayed. But it's like, at the same time, I knew I needed to leave FedEx. You got to be able to accept the mental challenges. And don't get me wrong, it's hard for me to accept them even now, despite the fact it's been 2 years and I still have a hard time accepting mental challenges, especially during the summer. I was going through it a lot. The summer, this last June and July was straight hell for me. Like mentally, I was just not there anymore. It felt like I was just on autopilot suffering, and I was just watching me suffer, and it was hurting me. So I know the mental struggle that comes with taking these type of risks, but at the same time, when it pays off, it's worth it. What they say, high risk, high reward, that's really what it boils down to. It's like, you got to be able to take that risk, especially if you feel like you got nothing to lose. And honestly, I feel like I don't. That's why I'm trying to pursue this as hard as I am. That's why I'm trying to pursue music and all the other stuff. It's just like, keep working, keep acting like this is all you have. At the end of the day, it basically is. You gotta be ready for these mental challenges. There's so many, especially when it's like, when you don't make money. Like, there will be days where I made $0 and I was just horrible. I didn't want to get on the game. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to meditate. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to sleep if I didn't make money. And that's the mentality that causes people to become slaves, because now you're a slave to finance. And you can't be like that. You have to learn to accept money as a friend, not as an enemy. Because I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say like, you don't need money. You do need money to survive in the world. That's just the type of world we live in. You need money, and $100 is not gonna be enough. You need money, but at the same time, you have to learn to understand to work with money, not work against it. There's a lot of people that sit here and say, oh, money's the root of all evil. It's only evil because you don't have it in your pocket. If you have it in your pocket, you would have been the evil, because you don't know how to handle money. And yeah, it's just, I'm not sitting here and telling people who are watching this video to just quit your job and say fuck it. But at the same time, if you feel like that after watching this video, then go do it. Go do that. Go do what you feel like works best for you. I'm just saying this because I feel like there's some people who need to watch this, who need to see this. And maybe this video might be helpful to y'all, but overall, like I said, I took a risk, and I'm still working through the risk, but I don't regret the risk I'm taking, because I know for a fact that eventually I'm going to be greater than what I even think. Like, where I'm projected to be is not even nowhere near where I'm going to end up, because like, I'm going to be further than that. But at the end of the day, it's all about, you got to believe and you got to work towards it. And I do believe that the people watching this video, especially if they sat through the end, y'all can definitely do it because y'all have that same mindset I have. But yeah, overall, that's really all I have to say. It's awkward doing these videos because like once I get to the end, I don't really know what to say. But overall, it's just like, bro, it's been 2 years, and these 2 years have been stressful but also helpful. Appreciate struggle. This is what J. Cole say. There's a beauty in the struggle. There is a huge beauty in the struggle. And at the end of the day, I do nothing more than appreciate it. But on that note, I'm fixing to go work out. And I'm gonna go hop my butt in the shower. Make sure y'all like, share this video with people who probably going through the same thing I went through, or I'm going through, or that you're going through. Send this to people, comment, subscribe, do all that. But overall, I'm out.